I got a hot one for you. Stop trying to put your limitations on other people. And what that means is, a lot of people, they feel like things that they can't do, they want to impose that on other people. Case in point, I've lost a couple of Facebook followers. And I know it's a direct relation to me posting pictures of me on a boat with these beautiful women, enjoying themselves, popping bottles of champagne, and just enjoying our life. You see what I'm saying? Because people have me in a box. They're like, he's a lawyer. The crazy thing is, oftentimes when I'm walking around and just being me, I'm a tall man, I'm a big man, so people will assume that I played football or basketball or something. They'll assume that rather than assume that I'm an attorney, because the assumption is that an attorney is an older white man with a beard and a tweed sport coat or something like that. So that's the box that you want to put attorneys in. And you want to put tall black men who are, muscular. You want to put us in the box of ex-football players or ex-basketball players or something like that. So, I'm not going to accept your limitations. I was in a book, writing my books, and I recall the situation where my foster father, adopted father, whom I'm named after, he would always tell me, man, a man has to know his limitations. A man has to know his limitations. So, in the age of the internet, this is probably maybe 15 years ago, I decided to Google that quote. And he'd been telling me that quote for years, and then I finally Googled the quote. Come to find out, the full quote says that a man has got to know his limitations, but a great man knows that he has none. So what I want you all to do is stop allowing people to put you in a box. If I can practice law, I can be a great father, but I can also pop bottles of champagne on a boat with beautiful women, a party all night with beautiful women. I can be a 45-year-old respectable man who's put himself through school, educated himself, homeowner, business owner, and I can also travel the world. And I can also see beautiful things, and I can also have a beautiful home that I can go vacation in every 2 weeks if I so choose. You see what I'm saying? So, fellas, the main thing is, man, and the reason that I want you all to really, especially you men, I really want you to listen to this, man, because you brothers, man, in the United States, they love to put us in boxes. They love to say, oh, you can't have this, you can't have that, and then after a while, that starts penetrating our brains, and we start believing that. We start believing that, I'll never be anything if I don't become a basketball player or a football player. Many of you all see that I live better than most basketball players and football players ever will. The main reason is because by the time them boys make that league minimum, most of them, getting broken up. They play and then they get kicked off the team, or they play and they lose their contract, or they get caught up with some baby mama situation and they don't ever have any money. So they can't live like this. You see, I control my own infrastructure. I control my office. I control my business. I control my income. I control everything. And so because of that, I can pretty much choose how I want to live. I have nothing but time on my hands. But I set it up like this. This is not something that happened overnight, and it's not something that you can do coming out the gate, as a young man. This is something you have to decide how you want to live, and then go ahead and live that life that you want to live. But the main thing, fellas, is you can't let other people limit you through. They would try to shame you. They would try to say stuff like, you shouldn't be doing this. You shouldn't be doing that. You're too young for this. You're either too young or too old to do something that you want to do. Isn't that amazing? Every time you want to do something that you want to do, they'll tell you that it makes you happy. You're too young to do that, or you're too old to do that. You see what I'm saying? There's never a perfect age, right? Isn't that funny? Don't y'all find that amazing? I find it amazing. So what I decided to do is live my life on my own terms. I don't care what the mother or the father, I don't care what anybody thinks. As long as I'm enjoying myself and I'm happy, I'm going to continue doing it. I'm not hurting anybody. I'm not hurting myself. Now, I'm not talking about something like you get, you using drugs or abusing alcohol. Nah, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about things that you can do that make you happy, that aren't hurting you or hurting anybody else or hurting society. And you should continue doing that because, man, let me tell you, boy, something. Let me tell you something, and I want you to hear me, man. Your life is a gift that was given to you by God. You don't know anybody else anything. God gave you this life. And this beautiful world that we live in, with all these beautiful colors and these beautiful places to go and beautiful things to see, you are entitled to see those things and have those experiences. And nobody should take that away. No one should preemptively take that away from you by trying to shame you into not enjoying your life. And if you let someone steal that away from you, man, that's a crime, man. That's a crime. Don't let people steal your joy. Don't let them steal your happiness. You can't go because, you have other responsibilities. You can't go because somebody told you need to work out. You think you're too big, or you too, whatever issues people try to put on you, they own hang-ups, man. Whatever they try to put on you, man, break those shackles, man. Go enjoy your life, man. You feel me? And to people who don't understand where I'm coming from, man, I really don't care. I stopped caring a long time ago when I realized that me caring about what other people think interfere with me being able to care about what I think. In other words, me focusing on what the next man is concerned about is what I'm doing. The next woman is concerned about what I'm doing. Interferes with me being able to focus on enjoying my life. So, you know what? I have no shame. I put it on Facebook, and that's part of being what you young boys call an alpha male, having no shame. You understand me? I have no shame. You know what? Yeah, I'm going to have beautiful women. I mean, I got 3 or 4 beautiful women at any given time. And I'm not reckless with it. You don't see me pushing babies out. I don't have like 15, 20 kids. You see what I'm saying? But hell, if I want to take one to hang out in another country, we're going to do that. I take them, I'm in a foreign country, I take it to another foreign country, we hang out for a couple of days, send her back. I'm going to do that. You see what I mean? If I want to take 2 or 3, that's fine. If I want to make love to beautiful women for 2 weeks straight, that's what I'm going to do. Of course, but, it's not that easy. You got to know how to talk to them, man. And you got to be cool, and it takes establishing yourself and, recognizing that, when you're dealing with women, they are all the same. And so, you got to make sure you don't get your tires cut. Because no matter what country you go in, all the women are the same. So, respect is the most important thing. But for the most part, even the women in my life realize he just don't give a shit. So, like, either I'm going to be down with him and do what he wants me to do and be cool with the fact that he's with other women, or I'm just going to go away. And see, the thing is, I don't lie to women. I don't lie. Matter of fact, look at my Facebook page. There's no reason I can't lie. I put it up there, I leave it up there. You see what I'm saying? Because I want all the women who are not, who would like to impose limitations on me, I want them to see, like, nah, I don't even have the caliber. I'm not even the caliber of woman that could keep this dude from doing what he's doing. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I'll give you an example, man. Maybe like a year ago, I met this girl online, right? This high-end dating site where men who have money meet beautiful women. So I met her. She was a nice-looking girl from back east, The problem was she like 36 years old. And, she had the long hair and everything. The other thing, she was older. She's she's older and she had kids. And she was used to guys that would fawn all over her. You see what I'm saying? But once she started following me on social media, she realized, damn, this dude got a boatload of women that are younger than me, that have bodies that are better than mine. And, like, it would be impossible for her to, like, what does she have over me? What does she have that I can't get some better of? It's almost like somebody offering you tinfoil and you looking for gold, and you got a pile of gold over here and they offer you tinfoil. You like, nah, that baby, I'm good. That's you're gonna have to come better than that. So she realized that in order for her to have my nose open or have me simping, then she would have to come with a whole lot more game. She would have to come with a whole lot more. So, that's another thing. I just put it out there. This is how I live. I used to live like this. I was married. Y'all remember me? I was married. I had the wife and the kids, and I lived in the suburbs, and and what else? I went to work every day, 7:30, got home every day, 5 o'clock. That shit didn't work for me, man. Real talk. That whole marriage thing, that I'm not built like that. I can't do it, because see, in order to be married, you got to be subservient to your woman, especially if you're in the United States. You really have to be subservient. And the reason is, if you start making waves, first she's gonna put you on blast. She's gonna tell your parents. She's gonna try to make all your friends not like you by throwing salt on you, telling all of them what you've been doing. But she'll neglect to tell them what she's been doing. So that's the first thing. Then the next thing, if she decides she don't love you or she doesn't like you anymore, then she can take your butt down to divorce court and try to get you for hash your stash. Take the kids and the house and all the stuff that y'all have accumulated. And once I recognized that game and what was really going on, I'm like, I'm not gonna sit here and work my whole life. And this is early on in the marriage. I'm not gonna work my whole life and accumulate all this wealth after going to school and becoming a lawyer for this woman to come rob me. I'm just not going to do it, because I can already see where this is headed as far as relationships. So, that was painful, and it was painful to divorce, because the most important thing is, man, like breaking up your kids' family. You know what I mean? Because the kids didn't ask to be in this world. And so they grow up, they come up into this world, and they got a mommy and a daddy in the house. And, and you married, and they get to see their daddy and their mama every day. And then the next thing, the divorce happens, and they don't get to see their daddy, except on the weekends, or something like that. So, and that was painful for them, but it was also painful for me, because, here I go from being a suburban dad. I come home every day, my kids meet me, and we talk, and we holding each other, and they was little fellas at the time. So that was painful. And it was so much pain that it caused me tears. It caused me to really rethink my life and where did I go wrong? What happened? I did everything they said do. I even had to overcome things a lot of people don't have to deal with. Harsh upbringing. I had to come, abused as a child, growing up in the hood, growing up in an ultraviolet environment, and it's like, damn, shit. And this didn't work out for me. There's no consolation prize for that. You don't win anything just because of what you had to overcome. So I'm like, man, this is bad. This makes me feel bad. This is horrible. So, I really had to rethink the whole marriage thing. And what I determined is that marriage in the United States, at least at that time for me, when I was in my early 30s, I said, this is not for me. I can't do that. So, nevertheless, and that's about 10 years ago. So, nevertheless, the heartache, I tried to fill those gaps with other things, like missing my children. I had to find something else to make me happy. Because when you live, those of you who aren't parents, man, you don't understand what it's like to have a child and then miss that child. Especially when they're little. It's just heartbreaking. It drives a lot of men to drinking, drives a lot of men to drugs, drives a lot of men to suicide, because on top of being missing their children, they're broke, they can't go anywhere. And then they stuck on child support, and if they get backed up on child support, then what? And then they're losing out on their other privileges, driver's licenses, passports. So they have no means, and they're always subject to go to prison. You see what I mean? So that's a lot that a lot of men have to deal with. Fortunately, I'm an attorney, so I knew how to navigate my way through most of that stuff, and I have good attorneys working for me. So it worked out well for me, or it worked out as best it could, I would say. But I still was left with that longing feeling. I was still left with that heartache. And this is when I began to make my transition to Mr. I have no fucks left to give. Okay? I just realized it. I went to school for a little while. That made me happy. I would have parties at my house. That made me happy. But it wasn't until I just began to travel and re-examine my Caribbean roots, something I didn't knew about but really couldn't confirm all the way up until I was in my late 30s, but after a while, I was like, man, let me just go down. And so I came down, and this is my happiness. I enjoy doing this. I enjoy popping champagne with people that look like me. I enjoy popping bottles with beautiful women and partying with them and hanging out and enjoying my life. And I don't accept your limitations, because I know that none of y'all was there when I was working myself through school. None of y'all was there when I sacrificed. None of you all were there. I mean, you were there, some of you all, because we went to school together, but y'all wasn't dealing with what I was dealing with. And then on top of that, you don't know what I need to maintain to keep me going. As long as I'm not using drugs, abusing alcohol, hurting anybody, and this goes for you all too. As long as you're not hurting anybody, hurting yourself, man, you live your life, man. And y'all don't have and don't care what people think, man. Because they're not going to die with you. Going to be one person in that coffin with you. There's going to be one person laying on that deathbed with you. And that's going to be you and your memories. And what I want you to do is lay down and not have any regrets. So when you close your eyes, you're like, I live my life, man. I can be a father, a good father. And I can have beautiful, and have a beautiful life also. You see what I'm saying? I don't see a lot of people look at it like this, and they want to put you in a box. They like to put you in a box because it makes it easy for them. Oh, he's an accountant. He's like this. Well, that accountant who you might have pegged as some nerdy dude might just be one of the best dancers and the smoothest dudes you've ever met. You see what I mean? That lawyer like myself, who you probably see as, well, he should be conservative and whatnot, and he might just be somebody that loves life. You see what I mean? You don't allow people to you got football players and basketball players. Oh yeah, he's just a big dumb jock. Might be the most brilliant person in the world. Don't let anybody steal any part of your shine. Understand what I'm saying? You're a multi-dimensional, you're diverse. You have a diverse group of talents. Every human being does. Some of it, like my boys, as you all know who follow me, they do extensive martial arts training. And but my oldest son, he likes to play a French horn. He likes to play music. I'm like, that's beautiful, man. I let him do that. You know what I mean? He can be a great fighter and also play the French horn. And my little one, Roman, who's like a little warrior, he likes to paint pictures. He loves painting art, So that's not something that I impose on. That's something that they found out about themselves. And some of you all might say, well, that's feminine, that's gay, playing music and painting pictures. That's not manly. But then my sons will whoop your ass and probably whoop your kid's ass anytime. You see what I mean? How you balled up and bent down, broke your knees. You see what I'm saying? Laying on the ground like, how did that 12-year-old do me like that? You see what I'm saying? So, me, I like to have a good time. It's in my blood. You see what I'm saying? I'm a Caribbean man at heart. I'm in the Caribbean. I'm surrounded by beautiful women that love their bodies and love enjoying life. You see what I mean? I'm going to pop bottles with them. You see what I mean? I'm going to take a little bit of the small percentage of little attorney's fees that I'm not investing in real estate, and I'm enjoying my life, man. You see what I'm saying? Because y'all are not there with me. You weren't there with me when I was hustling, trying to get to cases. You weren't there with me when I'm sacrificing and stressing, having to deal with clients who sometimes act like they just don't understand on purpose, even though everything is in writing. And I love my clients, but, when you're dealing with a bunch of people who have demands in numbers of 400 or 500 people, then, you're going to have to, you got the weight of the world on your shoulders when you're dealing with that many people, and they want answers. And so I got to be on, 7 days a week, oftentimes, Of course, I have help helping me out, my staff and my office managers and whatnot, but it took me a while to get to this point, and I know I'm rambling today, y'all. I knew I normally have a cohesive message, but really, man, my message to you all, man, is just live, and don't let other people tell you or dictate to you how you should live your life. If you want to play video games and you're not hurting anybody, go play video games. If you want to, ladies, if you who watch my message of, whatever you like to do, do it. Okay, fellas, if you like to exercise and whatever you like to do, if it's positive and it's making you feel good and you're not hurting yourself or anybody, man, don't let anybody get in your way. If you want to, whatever you want to do, man, that's really it, man. I enjoy my life, man. I'm about to get out of this pool. It's my little morning dip. And, man, I hope to read the messages. And I hope this message hits you all, man. I just want y'all to live your life, man. And I put these messages out in this world because we need more people telling people to seek happiness. It's not necessarily about money. You're going to need some money, but it's not necessarily about money. You see, you're going to need peace of mind and happiness, and the means by which you attain that is important. You see, and how soon you're able to find out exactly what it is that makes you happy. Okay? So this is a rant, it's a ramble, whatever. I've gone off subject, but, I do this because I love you all, and I want to put positive messages out, and social media has allowed me to be able to do this. I literally love you. Okay, folks? I've been so happy. Well, I'll say it like this. For a large part of my life, I was filled with unhappiness and hate. And when I turned that corner and I realized I had to let the hate go because it was destroying me, my life got better. You see, your hate is like an anchor. If you got hate, your heart is filled with hate, it's going to keep you down. And when you release that hate, even though it feels good, because see, some of us don't know who we are without that hate that drives us. That discontent is it's addictive. It's like a drug or something. You see? So we feel like we need it because it's part of us. But what we don't understand is that hate and that discontent and that anger and that chip on our shoulder, it also eats away at us like cancer. And so you have to cure yourself. You got to cut that out. And then new flesh will grow there. You see? And so when I let the hate go, my life got much better. I found peace of mind and happiness. And it's not something that you find. It's not static. It's something that you find, and then you begin to recognize it when it shows up in your life. Right? So now I realize, okay, that made me happy. I know what happy feels like, true happiness and peace feels like. So let me seek out other things, and I find the people and the places and the things that supply me with peace of mind and happiness. And I stay away from the things that cause me to become enraged or filled with hate or animosity, period. That's it. You see, it's not complicated. And I want you all to really think about that. Now, the truth is, I'm happy here, but I'm also happy watching my little boys play, with each other and do their martial arts sitting in Houston, or sitting in my backyard lifting weights with them, or just talking to them, driving down the street with some Starbucks coffee in my hand, just talking to them about life and my expectations that I have for them. And so this is the type of these things. This is what makes me happy, you see. And I want you all to be happy. And I can also do that, and I can pop bottles on a boat with beautiful women all for 2 weeks straight. I could do that too, man. All right, don't let other people limit you, man. Find your own peace of mind and happiness. This is raw and unfiltered, Dennis. I love you all. God bless you, man. I hope this message hits you the right way. I hope it inspires you. I hope the photographs that I put up there, I know men, man, you want to be beautiful women. You feel good when you're around beautiful women, man. And you young boys, man, it's hard. It's hard. I already know, because you are judging yourself by your female timeline. They telling you if you don't get in between the age of 15 and 35, then you too old, man. After that, But what I'm hearing Uncle D is telling you, no, baby, it's from 35 to 55. That's when you have the finest women you ever will, man, and your life is going to be great, baby. So I'm telling you, boys, it's greater later. All right, I'm 45 years old, and I promise you, man, I have never in my life, had this much fun just hanging out, man, and being free. And it's not just the money, man, because I know a lot of guys with money, but it's the confidence, that comes from knowing yourself. See, people always say, well, how do I get confidence? How do I pretend like I'm confident? They got these guys, these pickup artist guys, and they always say, well, Pete, you gotta pretend like you're confident. You can't pretend like you're confident, man. Confidence knows. Confident, this is a secret. This is a jewel for you boys. I want y'all to listen to this. Confidence comes from knowing who you are, knowing everything about yourself. I'm not just talking about how tall you are, how much you weigh, your education. It comes from knowing who you are in every situation that will arise, and that will give you confidence. And my confidence really came through for me when I sat down and wrote my life story out in my 3-part books, Rules to Live By, How to Maintain Peace of Mind and Happiness. It's available on Amazon. I have some copies left in my office, hard copies, but it started off as just an exercise, a memoirs, something that I plan to keep personal and never share with anybody. But, it began to take on a life of its own. And so me going over each and every instance in my life that I can recall from the point of my earliest memory all the way to, at that time, the current time, which was probably maybe 2016, 2017, that helped me understand who I was. And I discussed the lessons that I learned during that time period. That helped me learn who I was, who I am, what I've been through. And that helped me understand how I responded to those situations, or it helped me recall how I responded to those situations. So because of that, I became a whole lot more confident. That's it. And knowing yourself, and fellas, the best way to become confident is if you don't want to sit down and spend time writing a book, you got to hang around other guys. You see, because your boys, your fellas, y'all going to teach each other. You guys are going to help instruct each other. You're going to learn your limits from hanging out with other men. What you will do, what you won't do, how you handle different situations. Y'all learn from each other. That's why the main thing that women do after you get married is isolate you. They take you away from your friends and your buddies because that causes you to lose your confidence because you don't have a barometer by which to judge yourself with. You don't have other guys around. And so once they take your confidence away, then they can control you. You see what I'm saying, fellas? So it's little things like that, little human, small things that we overlook that are so important for us. It's the small things that help us balance, help us maintain our humanity, help us allow us to continue being human beings, allow us to continue being men and to grow. And those things are important. And don't overlook them. So I know this has gone on for a long time. I keep going off subject, but I'm just motivated to speak to you all because I just really want more people to be happy, man. We had a lot more happy people in this world. The world be a much better place, and you'll be surprised how good life becomes. Again, when you get rid of that hate, and you hate not only yourself, you hate yourself, but you call yourself loving other people. You can't do that, man. You got to get rid of that hate. You got to get rid of that animosity. It's holding you back. It's like an anchor. It's holding you back. You can't sail this ocean of life with that anchor of hate holding you down. All right? So anyway, man, I'm going to let y'all go, man. All right? God bless you. I love you. Again, this is Raw and Filtered Dennis. And man, don't worry about my pictures, man. I want to see y'all pictures, man. Put your pictures up. You hanging out, man, on the beach with some beautiful women. Hanging out on a boat with some beautiful women. That's what I want to see. I want to see y'all balling. I want to see y'all say, man, I did this for you, Uncle D. I did this for you, big homie. I saw you doing it, man. I want to do some of that, man. I want to see that. That's what I want to see. I want to see you boys' pictures. And my page is for guys. That's another thing I want y'all to know. This page is for men to be motivated. This is for you fellas. I want you to know a couple of days greater later. Get your passport, travel the world. You're not bound by one location, region, part of the country, part of your town. You go wherever you want to go. This is God's earth. You God's child. God put you on this planet to enjoy it. So you go wherever you want to go, man. And wherever you are, man, you own that little square that you standing on. That's your ground right there. You stay in that box. You stand in your box and you defend your box and you enjoy what comes to you in your box, man. But you boys, man, that's who this page is for. This page is not for women who don't like you. You picking women up with it. You just mad because you're not that fine, baby. You wish you was that fine. And if you old, talking about you never was that fine and you never will be. So stop hating on these beautiful young girls. You had your chance. Move on. Anyway, fellas, God bless y'all. Love you, man. I'm going to put this up on my YouTube page, and I'll talk to y'all later, man. Be cool.